Life has been lifing lately in the very best way. As someone who always finds themselves living in the middle of a tourist trap, I sometimes forget to appreciate what makes the area so special that it warrants required viewing for tourists. So in the middle of stressing about all of my visa sponsorship woes this year, when my friend said we should go do a sakura viewing, I jumped right on it. Sitting under the trees and watching the sakura blossoms flurry all around us was such a beautiful experience. I mean, we ate, we drank, we laughed. It was a great time. However, this is also one of my first times seeing Japanese people as a collective get visibly annoyed and some even angry. While we were taking pictures, there were a few tourists who were shaking the trees in order to get the blossoms to fall around them, which is a big no-no. I hate when a few bad apples spoil the bunch. Y'all already know it's getting real anti-foreigner out here. But y'all, look at this lady, the audacity of her. How did she go from filming the sakura blossoms to filming me? Now, why am I in it? It never gave Animal in the Zoo, so I don't even know what she's doing with that one. Even still, this was an amazing experience. The cherry blossoms that Japan gifted DC are nothing compared to the original. But as fun as that break from reality was, at that point, I was already racing against the clock when it was coming to my visa. I was applying to jobs like crazy because the time for renewal was literally right around the corner. Matter of fact, I was already at the corner. And seeing as it is now September and I am still in my Tokyo apartment, I'm sure you can put together that the visa did in fact get renewed. Glory to God. But it wasn't without incident. So first, I did manage to secure a job. Honestly, not even just a job, but a dream job. Well, not my dream job, but a dream job nonetheless, okay? I signed multiple NDAs to work there, and I sometimes work with like persons of interest. So I can't say too much, but I can say that I am currently teaching kids gymnastics, which your girl's into gymnastics now. And somehow, some way, I managed to negotiate a higher rate than what they were offering, full benefits, healthcare, pension, all that you need in Japan, a visa sponsorship, and I only have to work 4 days a week, not 5. And I only work business hours. Like I said, a dream job. But on the matter of dream jobs, something quite extraordinary happened to me. And it's one of the reasons why I've been MIA on this channel. I turned what I thought would be a spam account on TikTok into a monetized social media following. As y'all well know on here, your girl is a nerd, okay? So there was this anime that I had been meaning to watch because I had been so obsessed with like the light novel that it was based on. And there was one scene in particular that I was really waiting to like see it be animated. And when I watched the scene in the anime, y'all, it gave nothing. It gave less than nothing. I was so disappointed. And so I made a spam account on TikTok to just like complain and kiki about it into the void. And in less than 3 months, I had like 1 million likes on that account, over 10,000 followers. And now I'm almost at 2 million likes and 20,000 followers. And this happened in May and it's September. So not that much time has passed. And it was so surreal because I did not see it going like that at all. And it quickly blossomed from like a burgeoning TikTok page to now also a burgeoning YouTube channel. And before I knew it, I found myself managing 4 active accounts across TikTok and YouTube, except 2 of those accounts, this one included, were no longer that active. And it's honestly so bittersweet because those accounts are extremely niche. And so they bring in a great ROI monetarily. And so I find myself putting more time and energy into those accounts. But my lifestyle content and like what I do on this page is more rewarding for me personally. Like on a mental and emotional level, I get a much greater ROI from this channel and the community that I've built on this channel, if that makes sense. For anyone on here who's unaware, let me just say the anime community is great and it's wonderful, and I love being a nerd. I have never shied away from that. But there's also a very draining dark side to it as well, especially as a woman, especially as a Black woman. Like, y'all know that song where Megan is like, I'm not finna argue with a Sasuke Avi? No, like every day I feel that to my core. Like, she didn't even know she was gonna be speaking my life when she dropped that line. Yet lo and behold, honey, interacting with deranged people on a regular basis can really only be described as exhausting. Whereas on this channel, I don't experience that as often. Well, ever. Because I don't think I've ever experienced that on here, which is why I enjoy interacting with you all so much. Like, y'all have spoiled me by being such a sane and sacred corner of the internet. Unfortunately, my TikTok lifestyle page does not have the same comforts. About a month or so ago, a man on the train groped me out here in Japan, and I made a TikTok video about it. And since I really do not have the mental energy to tell that story again, let's just roll the clip so we can get into some of the comments I got. 3 days ago, a Japanese man groped me on the train, and I'm ready to talk about it. I was coming off of a long, exhausting day. I was physically and mentally exhausted, and I think that's how he caught me slipping. Let me set the scene. I'm on the Yamanote line. During rush hour time, it comes every 3 minutes, and each one is going to be packed. So I am in the line waiting to queue to get on, and there's one older salary man behind me. Now, I'm moving slow because I'm still trying to figure out, do I want to get on this one or I just want to wait the 3 minutes for the next train? And so he goes around me and gets on the train. This happens sometimes, especially when you're moving slow. Maybe they think you're on the express train. Maybe they realize you're not going to get on the train, but they still want to. I didn't think anything of it. When he gets on the train, he pushes the people back, and he's got like his briefcase. He's got his briefcase in his hand, and he's like gesturing with his briefcase for me to stand in front of him. And I'm like, my first thought is like, oh, that's kind of him. But I'm like, oh, daijoubu desu, sugi, like the next one. So right before the door closes, he gets off. And I'm like, okay, maybe he decided he didn't want to be on that packed train either, right? Don't think anything of it. Except, you know, Japanese people, they don't play about their lines when it comes to the train, right? Right, this would be the door opening. I'm the first in line on this side of the door opening, and there's a woman that's first in line on this side of the door opening, and the man is standing in the middle. Not quite in front of either of us, not quite behind either of us, but he's in the middle, directly where the door would open. I think that's odd, but I'm like, oh, maybe he really is just a rude person. Like, maybe that's why he went around me originally, like he's just rude and he plans on being rude again. Didn't think anything of it. The next train comes in 3 minutes, and he doesn't wait for me or the lady that's first on the other side to get on. He gets on first. He pushes back again, makes space, and something in my mind is like, I think this guy wants me to stand next to him. I purposely try to not stand right in front of him. I noticed that there's a space right next to him, and I tried to back into that space. Let me show y'all what he was doing. You gotta back into the train, right? I'm backing in. I see the space is empty. I'm moving over like this. Dude is behind me, moving over. Dude is behind me, moving over with me. And I'm like, no, there's no way this guy just got behind me. Now my spidey senses are starting to tingle a little bit, but I'm exhausted, so I'm not quite there yet. Someone gets on in front, they back into me. 2 men back into me. I press into him, and I don't know if I felt a halfie or his belt buckle. I'm almost certain it was a halfie. And that's when my spidey senses really started to tingle then. Right before we get to the next station, I feel a hand on my butt. And I said, well, it's unavoidable now. The doors open, and so people are moving around, which gives me enough space to fully turn. When I turn, he's got his briefcase almost like behind me, and I can see his hand, like, as it is, right? With his, you know, the briefcase got the loop or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I look at his hand first, and then I look at him. We make eye contact, and I open up my mouth to speak. When I tell you this nigga darts off the train right before the doors closed, he knew he was about to get the cuss out of a lifetime.
okay? It wasn't until I got home later that night that I really put everything together. Like, in the moment, none of this stuff was occurring to me. Like, if I could pull that nigga out of a lineup, it would be up for that nigga. I promise you. I promise you I would track him down.
Y'all, the amount of vile, nasty comments I had to delete, the amount of people I had to block. There were people, and when I say people, mostly men, in my comments telling me, oh, I must have wanted it since I love Asian men so much that I moved to Japan, which the correlation could not be found. The incels are literally just stringing words together. People were blaming me because I didn't go to the police. I mean, some of the worst victim blaming you could possibly imagine. And truly, it was just a reminder of how important it is to go outside and touch grass or sand.
I've done a horrible job vlogging because I hate vlogging. I want to retire from vlogging. But I do this for my squad, I do this for my gang. I want to show y'all what it's like out here. I miss doing vlogs, but y'all, I am truly so horrible at remembering to film things nowadays. Like, I will start the day filming and then midway just abandon the pursuit entirely. Like, it needs to be studied. Even now, my birthday is coming up and I'm like, am I even gonna remember to vlog this? I think moving forward, I'm going to try to keep my vlogs on TikTok. Are y'all still rocking with me over there? I promise I'm waking the lifestyle page back up, y'all.
All of this to say, being Black in Japan is finally starting to make some sense. I'm hitting my stride, I'm reaching goals, and more than anything, I have been enjoying the slower pace of living that Japan has afforded me compared to living in the US. I definitely don't think life in Japan is for everyone, but it's definitely for me. Anyway, my goal on here is to go back to posting more consistently on this YouTube channel, but also to use this space more creatively. For example, how are we feeling about this type of video? This get ready with me / vlog / life update kind of vibe. Are we feeling it, or is it a bit too chaotic? Let me know in the comments. Okay, this is the final look. As always, I genuinely love chatting it up on here with you guys. I feel like I finish these videos and I just feel so much lighter. Also, for my internet friends who also live in Japan, Hotties in Tokyo, my women's group for Black women living in Japan, will start hosting events this October, so be on the lookout for that. You guys, it's literally after midnight. Am I going anywhere? No. Am I loving this full beat? Absolutely. I have not done my makeup in months. It's literally too hot. And if you guys notice, it's obviously after midnight. It's nighttime. I normally film during the day because the lighting is better, but like the moment I open these curtains during the daytime, the temperature in my apartment goes up like 80 degrees. It's unbearable. Okay. So I know this is a different setup than what we're used to. You see two of me. I'm sorry. That's funny. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you in the next one. Jane!